In your anger, do not sin. Don't let the sun go down and you still mad about it. And do not give the devil a foothold. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. In your anger, do not sin. Don't let the sun go down and you still mad about it. I want to preach for a little while today using as a subject, I'll be done with it tomorrow. I'll be done with it tomorrow. Look at the person beside you and tell them, you're going to have to give me some time on this one. Amen. I'll be done with it tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, anger is more common than you realize. I took careful note that recently the Republicans took aim and issue with First Lady Michelle Obama inviting my friend and brother Common to the White House. It was their contention that his lyrics reflected anger and animosity towards America. What the Republicans could not argue is that nothing Common said was untrue. Their issue was not that he was lying. Their problem is that he said it. A lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, can't handle the truth, especially when it comes from you. Largely ignored is the reality of what Common did with the anger he had the legitimate right to possess. All the anger and all of the ills of society that plague Chicago, he didn't commit a crime. He didn't turn to narcotics, nor did he collapse under pressure. He creatively turned his anger into an art form, and for that, white America should be relieved. As a matter of fact, the Republicans should have a sigh of relief, knowing that another black man did not implode. A lot of people who work with you take your civility for granted and really don't understand your anger potential. In the words of my sisters, Mary, it's the God in you that has really curbed you from doing something dastardly and destructive. For many of us, we turn anger into an arsenal when really anger is a fire alarm. If you ignore the alarm, it could incinerate your health and burn up your relationships. A lot of good men lost a great woman simply because they had poor anger management. The jails are filled and flanked with people who never got control of their anger issues. Aggravations produce sparks of hurt, fear, or frustration. And hurt, fear, and frustration are primary emotions. When these spark, they produce enough heat to cause an emotion that ignites your feeling of anger, which is a secondary emotion. So in all actuality, anger is not the first thing you feel. First thing you feel is your frustration. And when that frustration is not addressed, it turns into anger. So a lot of people who made you angry had a chance to get it resolved. But they kept pushing the envelope until your frustration got you to a place where you wanted to fight. Anger, ladies and gentlemen, is a non-specific reaction. It tells you something is wrong, but it doesn't tell you what's wrong. It's just like fire. When a fire starts brewing, to look at the fire, you do not know what started it. All you know is that it is ablaze. And a lot of you really don't know why people around you are angry, because you are seeing the reaction when you don't know the recipe. So please don't think with your super spiritual psychology degree that you understand why somebody is mad when you don't know the contributing factors that dealt with their anger. Malcolm Gladwell has a book entitled The Tipping Point that suggests when a series of events take place, they begin to snowball and mushroom until it's pushed to a place where it is exposed. In Christianity, ladies and gentlemen, somehow or another, we have been conditioned to suppress emotion. So when it is that something goes awry or wrong, we chalk it up to the enemy. When something does not go our way, we suggest it's at the hand of a hater. But when you keep dealing with all of the issues that you're supposed to ignore, how many times, Jesus, do you want me to turn the other cheek? When I've run out of cheeks. I understand I got to keep forgiving, but I only got 2 cheeks. And I done turned to the left, I done turned to the right, and now I'm looking straight ahead and I see red. Anger, ladies and gentlemen, is a you emotion. Anger is a you emotion. Anger is a you emotion. What do you mean by that, Pastor? You make me angry. Fear and frustration is an I emotion. I am afraid. I am angry. I am frustrated. But you have plucked my nerves. You are bothering me today. So when I understand that fear and frustration are primary emotions, is what I am in control of. Anger being a secondary emotion is what I have given you authority to push me to do. So when it is that my frustration has emerged in the anger, I have lost control of my own emotions, and I've allowed another person or situation to dictate how it is that I'm going to feel. So when it is that I become angry, I have lost self-control.